Hello everyone and welcome to this unscripted video. I have no idea what the title of this video is going to be, but I know I want to talk about this book, The 4-Hour Work Week, or at least try to discuss the things that have stuck with me. Like, it's been a while since I've read it. So the 4-Hour Work Week, this is mainly because most people would kind of like be surprised at the title, right? Like 4-hour work week, how can you work only 4 hours a week? But the entire point of that is to condense your work in such a way that you're doing what's important, and you work so effectively that you don't have to work like the regular 9 to 5, or your time is so valuable that you have to work for like such less amount of time. I think a concept that really stuck with me from this book is leveraged income. So I think before I read this book, I don't think I really understood the term leverage, at least in terms of economics. So leveraged income is basically when you do the work once and then you get paid repeatedly for it, which is kind of exactly the opposite of what I'm doing right now. So for example, I take classes, right? And I charge per session. So the amount of money I earn is dependent on the the amount of hours of work I put in, or the amount of sessions I take per day, per week and per month. Right? If I were to release a song, or if I were to record a class and put it on Skillshare or something, that would be leveraged income, because I would put the effort once into making the product, and once the product is out there, it would keep generating income, right? So it's out there, and even 5 years or 6 years from now, if it like gets more successful, goes viral, and I get more money from it, it's like I haven't done any more work, right? You do the work once and the money keeps coming in. It also applies to other things. When you earn money, right, you've done the work to earn that money, but when you invest the money into something and that grows, it's like you aren't even working, right? You're earning interest off that. It's kind of like I've leveraged that income to make more income, so that it's working when I'm not working. So I'm making money while I sleep also. There's a quote by Warren Buffett that goes, if you don't find a way to make money while you're sleeping, then you'll have to work till you die. And I really found the meaning of that after I started investing in things, because when you actually invest in something and you forget about it for a while, and you check after a couple of weeks and it's actually made money, that's a really good feeling, because it's like you didn't necessarily have to work, physically work for that money, but of course you have to put some brains into it. You can't just invest in anything. But when you make a good investment, it's a good feeling knowing that even when you're not doing anything, there is money working for you. Your own money is working for you. At least that's how it feels like for me. Another reason that I felt that we need to escape the 9 to 5 is because if you really think about it, from 9 to 5 you can't be productive like the entire time. I believe there's been some research done which shows that, if I find a study I'll link it, but I think it said something like human beings can only be productive for about 3 to 4 hours at a stretch. That's the max. After that you can still work, but you're not being productive. So all these people who work 12 hours a day, 13 hours a day, past 3-4 hours, it's not productive work, right? So you want to make sure that in those 3-4 hours you do the most important stuff, and you max it, you do as much as you can in that amount of time, because after that you're going to be slightly more distracted. Yeah, and I think the concept of leveraging has really changed my mind on a lot of things. If you guys explore that, I think it would change your mind on things as well, if it's a concept that you aren't aware of as of now. The main thing that it helped me understand is not all. I used to think of it as this much, I'll do this much work and you get paid for this, right? You work this much 9 to 5 every day and you'll have a corresponding salary. No. It's also possible for me to work less and less and less, but earn more and more and more if I become more of an expert in that field, and if people consider my time more and more valuable, right? So I can reduce the number of hours that I work, but I can increase the amount that I charge per hour. And another thing this book helped me understand is to not really look at things in terms of, we tend to look at salaries as a whole package, right? This, I earn this much per month or whatever, and we tend to look at good salaries and bad salaries, but it doesn't really make sense. You have to kind of break it down by your hourly rate. So that truly tells you your actual value in the market, right? When you break it down by hourly rate. So just because one guy is earning 10,000 per month and another guy's earning like 45,000 per month, it doesn't mean the guy who's earning 45,000 per month is better off, right? What if the guy who's earning 45,000 per month is working like a dog and working overtime, right? And the guy who's earning 10,000 per month is only working like 3 hours a day, right? He's still better off, because if you break it down by hourly rate, he's earning actually a lot more. So instead of looking at things as totally like the amount of salary you earn per month, break it down by the hourly rate, and you'll truly know like what you're actually getting paid. And then after that, I think it's far better to, once you calculate your hourly rate, to work on yourself in such a way that you can increase the amount you earn per hour, as opposed to like the total amount of salary you get per month, right? Which is because your salary gets more and more and more per month, and you just have to work harder and harder and harder, right? Which is not always the case. A lot of people are able to do it the other way around. They're able to get more and more expertise in a field so that they work less and less amount of hours. Like consultancy, for example, right? Really big consultants and experts in their field might need to do only a couple of sessions a week, because they charge so much per session. Of course, in some cases it's really not possible. In some areas of work, like that is just the way it is. But I prefer to break things down by my hourly rate and see if it's justified towards the end. Like even if I'm getting a really high salary, if it's gonna eat into like my social life completely, then I probably wouldn't take that opportunity. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked this. This was sort of like a very unscripted, just off the top of my head, spoke to you guys about whatever came to my mind. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, do subscribe to the channel, those things help me out a lot, and do share this video with your friends if you think this would be relevant. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.